Yo, people, and welcome to Through a Different Lens podcast. I'm your co-host Joe.
I'm Deji.
And I'm Jacob.
How we doing, guys? How we doing?
Real good, man. I'm all good. Had a good week.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All okay. Just in Curacao right now, so have luggage.
Sorry, would you like to tell us where Curacao is, please? Because not everyone has heard of that country.
Curacao, like everyone's been there.
It's in the Caribbean. It's like a Dutch colony in the Caribbean, in it. So, yeah, a few players come from here, like the Bakuna brothers. If those are the kind of the two most famous ones that people know about. But I'll be honest, I think most Dutch black people are actually from Curacao. Curacao, Suriname.
Suriname, I know from my exploits in Rotterdam Carnival a couple of years ago.
So one of the two. But let me tell you, this place is bloody expensive. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I saw you post about the price of like 3 items or something for like £14. Toothpaste was like £7 or something like that.
Toothpaste was £7. Yeah. Tea was like a £5. And then the toothpaste was the rest. I said, yeah, this is crazy. We spent
this was all just before you hadn't had your luggage, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, my luggage just, I don't know what's going on. Basically, our flights were so like close to each other, the connecting flights, that we knew that if there's a possibility we're either not making a plane or where something's not arriving. So it was a latter. Something didn't arrive, and it was our luggage. So we're kind of been luggageless. It's arrived now. So, well, some of ours has arrived now.
Yeah. I was about to say, certain men are so triggered.
Yeah, man. They might be at the airport right now.
Oh no, he's back now. But
certain hosts of yours.
Yeah. So,
all right, everyone, tune into Chatterbox next week.
God knows what he's gonna say, but yeah, it's been alright so far. To be fair, the weather's been nice. It's just mad like iguanas and that sort of stuff. And other than that, I'm just happy to be on like American time, so I can watch American sports and watch the sports shows like right hours. To be fair, so that helps a lot for this.
Fair. Well, I guess leading into it, since you're in their time zone. Obviously, I'm sure you're going to be watching a bit of NBA whilst on international duty, but we shall go straight into the NFL.
Right.
Last week's games, was there any shockers for either of you? I mean, there was a shocking ending. One, not shocking ending, but unexpected. But yeah, there was a few actually. But yeah,
my favorite game this week was the Lions game. When they faced the Texans. That was one hell of a game. Yeah, man. It's like it was interceptions galore, man.
That's why it was.
and those field goals, that the Drake kicked. Jeez.
I think there was 7 turnovers altogether that game, or 7 interceptions. Weren't it?
Yeah, you're 7 interceptions. Yeah. Jared got through 5, and on 5 straight possessions, there was 5 straight turnovers. I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous,
bro. So, I woke up and I saw the Lions score, because I think I saw like briefly, but I was like, I'm too tired. And then I saw Gofford throwing 5 interceptions. So I was like, all right, yeah, they definitely lost. Then I saw the score. I was like, bombard. They shut out the Texans the second half, didn't they? So
didn't get a whiff.
I've got something to that though. This is why you see when they've been talking about like the MVP discussion and things like that, and Jared Goff's in that discussion. This is why I can't put him in the discussion, not because of the 5 interceptions, just because your team can throw 5 interceptions and your team still beat the team with a winning record like the Houston Texans. It kind of shows that you're not the most valuable player on your team.
Oh, I mean, now definitely. To be fair, he was having like a fantastic stretch. I think the best 6-game stretch in terms of like completion percentage and all that jazz. But I do get what you mean. The Lions overall are just an immense team.
But he wasn't throwing the ball much, was he? He wasn't really being asked to put the ball in tough spots at all. Obviously, he was having great games, making the throws. Obviously, you have to do what your job tells you to do. And he was doing that to the best of his ability, which put him in the MVP conversation. But when he's now told to, or when he's now doing stuff outside of his jurisdiction, you saw kind of what
his jurisdiction.
That's kind of what it is, though.
No, I hear it.
So yeah, that's kind of what I've saw. But I enjoyed that game as well, though. To be fair, just a turnover fest, which is always defense.
That was pure entertainment.
To be fair, the Dolphins-Rams game had a similar, but both teams were just giving the ball back to each other like 3 straight drives or 3 straight plays, and I was like, what is going on in this game as well? So yeah. There's been some interesting games, interesting finishes to NFL games this past weekend as well. We saw in Jacksonville, they should have beaten the Vikings because the Vikings just couldn't score, but obviously the Jags couldn't score at all. Mac Jones throwing 2 late interceptions. Yeah, like everything in Jacksonville was just an absolute mess. So, but only God knows.
What do you think about the Jets season's over?
Yeah. And I picked them to win.
Really,
I picked them to win that game just off the high of the week before, and they had a little bit extra days rest. But yeah, their season is completely done. It's completely over.
Do you guys think that Aaron Rodgers retires after this year, or do you think he continues?
I think he continues definitely, but
at the Jets,
maybe. Well, possibly, because who else do you get? But I also think
draft. At this point,
draft, but I also think that draft will not be ready for the Jets, bro. That's just like,
bro, the Jets got to start again,
bro.
This is
that is not going to make a difference. So just put him on. Just leave Rodgers there for 1 more year.
Oh no, bro. They can't get rid.
Yeah, he can't stay there for another year, Deji.
Like the worst their record is, if they can get one of the top quarterbacks from college, then they have to get him and like just make sense do and say, hey, Aaron Rodgers, you're a legend, but you're not our legend in a bit.
Basically,
we literally gave you everything you wanted. As much as people get at the Jets organization or ownership, you have to commend them for actually giving their star player everything he wanted.
it's no longer on them.
He brought his powers in, coaching powers, everything. But it's not working.
He's got people sacked, and look what's happened. Like every move he's made has been wrong. But we've been knowing this for years in terms of trying to follow what Aaron Rodgers has been saying. The Green Bay Packers didn't stick to what he wanted to do, and they have obviously look at them now. They're in a better place than they were obviously when he was there, his back end. And the Jets are now worse off than they were with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, literally. But this was when we were doing our predictions at the beginning of the season. Obviously, there's other divisions completely wrong or whatever, but I was like, I don't believe in the Jets at all. Obviously, on paper, they've got it, but you've got an old quarterback coming back from an Achilles injury. It's completely different. So, and he's been known not to be like the best leader in terms of galvanizing everyone. Obviously, he leads by playing, and maybe his controversial comments, etc., or how everyone feels. Obviously, we're not in the locker room, so it's different. So we can't fully say, but from what's been reported, etc., it seems like a
outside looking in.
Yeah, seems like a bit of a. Exactly. So yeah, no, the Jets, their season is definitely over. The Cardinals, they're not looking bad. They're not looking bad at all.
They look decent, man. They look decent.
I feel like the there's a lot of quarterbacks that have been paid that now people are going, oh no, we paid this guy. What do we do? I feel like that's what's happening around the NFL right now in terms of like Trevor Lawrence at Jacksonville, Daniel, whatever his name is, Daniel Jones.
I was going to say Daniel Crack.
Yeah. Daniel Jones at the Giants. Like a lot of people have been, I say a lot, but a lot of people you're not wrong. you get what I mean?
Yeah, you're right about that as well.
People are now questioning these decisions, but what do you do? Do you eat it? Because you can't, no one's going to accept the trade. No one really wants them.
Oh, 100%.
They have to, really.
You have to eat it.
Would you put Tua in that category as well?
I would. Nah, I can't yet. Because the games he has played this season, he has kind of pushed them over the edge, and you could see them without him. There's a massive difference without him and with him. Whereas Daniel Jones, with him, without him, the Giants are better. The guys will be better. Trevor Lawrence, boy, they just paid a man that. Hey, I'm not seeing it. Dak, we know what he's giving us. Usually, needs a run game. He can't run himself. Injuries are kind of killing him, and he's the highest paid player in the NFL.
We're putting Herbert there.
Nah. You know what? We're not putting Herbert in there. He's had a good season.
Really, Deji? Really?
Not in the ones that have been paid. No, because Herbert looks like the Chargers look like a sleeper team that could really make some noise.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I mean,
fair. I haven't been keeping up with the Chargers.
They've not really got any weapons like that anyway. They were kind of starting again. Do you know what I mean? Their big weapons left: Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. So there's just more so the young G's coming in, and then they're just obviously leaning on their defense, which is big from Jim Harbaugh. But yeah, don't you dare put Herbert in that.
He's not in that. He's not in that realm of discussion. No.
Mate,
and Deshaun Watson's in that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Deshaun Watson.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, I reckon the Browns are just
right there, man.
the Browns are counting their days effectively. But on your question though, they're just gonna have to eat it, because you don't sign a quarterback for 1 year, especially when you're giving them that amount of money. It's for obviously their duration of the contract, but even longer term. And there's going to be bad years for said players, etc. Look at Kyler Murray. When he got paid, everyone started to then get at him saying, oh, he doesn't concentrate playing games. Then he gets injured, etc. He came back towards the ends of last season just to get some games under his belt. And now look at them this season. They're arguably one of the surprise packages in the NFL right now. And their offense seems to be just getting better. And their defense has actually been very good the last couple games, which was one of my doubts for them last week. So with these quarterbacks, you genuinely just have to be a bit more patient, as annoying as it can be for a fan base. But yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. Deji, what do you think?
I think if they get rid of him, I was just thinking, who can they replace him with? And I was thinking about the situation at Pittsburgh. You think they can get Justin Fields in there? Because he's still on the rookie deal for the Jets.
That's not a bad. You know what? It's not.
I think he is. Or
he's
on a fairly cheap contract.
That's not a bad idea, But I don't think the Steelers are going to give him up, because I don't think the Steelers, for the future, I think they want Justin Fields to be the number one guy. Because he hasn't been able to learn underneath a veteran. And obviously he's gone to the Steelers. He started the season. They've taken him out the lineup. Russ is playing well. He can sit there, learn behind Russ, they're similar quarterbacks in terms of where their careers have gone in terms of, multi-purpose, can run, can throw. So I feel like if Justin Fields sits behind Russ for like the back end of this year, maybe next year, and then comes into his own, he'll be the starter there. So I don't know if the Jets or if the Steelers will give him up.
On that, Fields is in the last year of his contract, I've just seen.
Okay.
So they'll have to pay him regardless. Or pay him something anyway.
The going rate is 40 million. Daniel Jones is on 40 mil.
Yeah, but like Justin Fields, right now he isn't seen as a starter because of what Russell Wilson did. So.
The going rate is 40 million. If Daniel Jones got paid that, if I'm negotiating, I'm sitting there saying, am I better than him? If you tell me no, then I can't play football anymore.
100%.
Crazy amount.
But in Daboll's first season, Daniel Jones and the Giants went to the playoffs and won the playoff game at the Vikings. So, and Jones got paid after that. Do you know what I mean? So
we spoke about this though. That was a small sample size of nonsense.
100%, but a season's enough in terms of getting to the playoffs. Do you know what I mean? Because the Giants probably thought, okay, yeah, we can build on this. Obviously, being wrong and not paying Saquon in the first place and not putting franchise tag in Daniel Jones, but
big L.
Now they're feeling the effects. They're facing the pepper. So
yeah, they're gonna have to deal with it.
I mean, but back to the Jets. I think Jets call it a day with Aaron Rodgers. Just effectively start again. They've got good young pieces throughout offense and defense that they can build with, especially if they're to draft one of like the
Shador,
main
Cam
college.
Ward.
Cam Ward, exactly. I
Shador,
doubt
yeah.
Shador. I doubt Dion will let Shador go to the Jets, but yeah.
But you never know, bro.
He ain't got a choice, man.
Yeah,
He gets
you don't
drafted. He
really
gets
have a
drafted,
choice.
man. Is he a top prospect?
Yeah, Shador is. But Dion will make that phone call and tell the Jets organization he's not going there.
I just feel like Travis Hunter is going to go number 1 regardless.
I think now, initially a couple of weeks ago, I didn't think so, but he's continued play on both ends. Sorry. Yeah.
Do you think they play both ends or?
That's the question.
Or would he have to pick?
It's going to be.
I think he's a better DB than he is a wide receiver, but I feel for the money, you go and play wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
The financial side, because of what they're paying these people right now. You get what I mean? DBs ain't getting paid these 40 million a year deals. Whereas you can go and get 33 million a year playing wide receiver. At DB, you're playing 12. If you're a multi-purpose, do they pay you the same thing? What do they do? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. That's he'll probably list himself as a wide receiver just to get the bag. But when he's actually playing in the NFL, it might be a different story. So it's going to be tough because I think when I was watching the Buffaloes game on the weekend, he was at like 90. I think he scored a touchdown on his 91st snap, but I might be wrong. That's bearing in mind he played both ends. Like, bro, he's an incredible athlete. But the NFL, he's just going to take harder hits. And obviously, he's had a few hits here and there in college, which have either knocked him out for a game or two, etc. NFL is even stronger men, bro. So I don't know if he's going to be able to withstand it for that long.
And playing both sides, you're going to have to guard people like Justin Jefferson on one end, just hypothetically, and then
Jamal Chase.
Exactly. And then you got to go and line. Then you got to go and line up against a Marlon Humphreys on the other side. I'm just saying, it's not going to make sense.
I'll go with Pat Surtain instead of Marlon Humphrey.
I was being nice, if you're
Trent McDuffie, do you know what I mean? but I hear what you're saying, man.
Got some big dogs on both sides, man.
Bro.
That's the thing. So, like, what are you? You got. I think I'd love for him to play both sides, but I think you choose one just because. But don't limit yourself. If they let you play both sides, go and do it.
Yeah, no, they'll definitely give him packages like on the other end if he's predominantly playing more than one anyway, playing one, rather than the other.
But the teams will always prioritize one, innit?
Yeah, it's too mad. It's too mad. But I think before we go on to our games for our predictions for the weekend, like the preview and predictions, even I said that, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers because we briefly mentioned them, but they are a team that should be really taken seriously. I think we all had them finishing bottom of their division, but we did say in that episode that
we don't know how it's going to look.
We're happy to be proven wrong. Like, and we won't be surprised if Mike Tomlin does a madness. Well, I know I definitely said that, but yeah, like literally, bro, they're doing a madness, and they're a team that you could arguably say they can win the Super Bowl. Can they be put in that conversation?
They have to be.
As long as you got Mr. Unlimited. As long as you got him there, you just never know what's going to happen. Unlimited.
Right. Because, like, even though Russ didn't have a massive...
His invention, the way he just reinvents himself every year, is unmatched. He gone from Russell to Seattle to Broncos country. Let's ride.
He took a lot of stick the last few years.
Sorry, Joe.
No, I was just saying, from when you saying him reinventing himself, he took a lot of stick during his Broncos tenure. And like stats wise, he had a good season last season, but play wise, you were like, is it a bit inflated, etc. And then there was a big hesitancy bringing him in, whilst Fields was actually winning, and the Steelers had a winning record. And now since he's come in, I think I was listening that they've got 10 more points per game with him in the side, and I think about 60 to 80 more yards a game as well. So like they're a threat on both ends. George Pickens is making he's the best. I think he's the best unreal unreal catcher in the NFL, or the catches with the least probability he makes.
He's cold.
I feel like that worked perfectly for Russ though, because obviously he's had at Seattle, he's had big bodies at receiver. You get what I mean? And he's been able to just throw it up there and like, okay, cool, you win your battles as well. So I feel like it's worked out for him. But the Steelers in general, I do like the way they're playing right now. The only reason I want to see what's going on is because they haven't played any divisional games yet. And you know how the AFC North gets. It's a mad division. So they got to play everyone. They got to play Lamar twice, Joe Burrow twice, and then you got to play whoever
they got Lamar this week.
Exactly. And then whoever the Browns quarterback is, when it comes to it, you got to play them twice. So that's what I want to see, because obviously to be fair, they won their first game this week when they've given up over 20 points.
Yeah.
So that's something that they've proved to us that they can do. They can win tight games, which involve scoring, which I didn't know if they could win. So, but we'll see. They're going up against the best player in the NFL currently this weekend. So we will literally see how they fare. But no, the Steelers, they've been as a welcome surprise, and I'm enjoying it because I do like Mike Tomlin.
100%. Go on, Deji, sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with what Jacob was saying, man. Like you can't doubt Mike Tomlin for a second. It's just that this season we just didn't know how things would look. So, but
why did we have the Browns over the Steelers though? Why did we actually have the Browns over the Steelers?
Because we thought Deshaun was going to make some sort of.
Also how good the Browns defense were. Like they were number 1 or top 3 in a lot of things last season, and obviously they made the playoffs with Flacco. People thought, Deshaun would be better than Flacco, etc. Obviously, Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year and stuff like that. We predicted Nick Chubb will come back. So I think that was more or less it with the Browns, just to build up on the team that they had last year. Not to say they'll be anymore. And we just didn't know the Steelers quarterback situation, I think, when we done the prediction.
I was thinking, did we do it before they had no quarterback? Did we do it when
we done it when both were signed, but they still hadn't really announced. They hadn't announced who was going to be the starter. Then Russ got injured at the beginning, just before the season started.
Okay.
And we didn't know how Phil was going to be coming out of Chicago as well.
Yes,
that wasn't really a great situation for him.
Yeah, you're right. Because he picked that move.
Russ at Denver as well.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Like, they were both seasons that weren't great.
This 3-game stretch, Russ is like reinvigorated himself. So
Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, no, you're damn right.
Before we do move to next week's games, though, some news obviously came out today regarding the Chicago Bears, the worst run franchise in maybe sports. They fired the OC. They fired the offensive coordinator. What do you guys think of them firing the OC? Was it the right decision to make, or is it a Caleb Williams problem more so on it?
So I think this could be one of those decisions, that could give Caleb Williams a rude awakening onto how the NFL is. But I don't necessarily think that it's his fault, because he's still a rookie at the end of the day, even though he was the number 1 pick. And as for the OC leaving, I think this is maybe not for Caleb, maybe for the whole offensive side of the ball, that we need to do better here. And maybe some decisions need to be, I'll say some decisions might need to be thought out more properly as well. Because you see that whole franchise, we don't even know if it's going to even make a difference to them.
No, it's true.
Because
it's true.
What we expecting from them?
The same. I literally call that what they're doing is rearranging chairs on the Titanic.
Yikes! Yikes!
That's honestly what they're doing there is.
What's worse, what you said or what producer ever said about Arsenal?
Yeah.
Rearranging chairs on the Titanic, bro.
That's all they're doing. They're just literally moving chairs around on a sinking ship, because nothing ever changes. The ship is always sinking, and all they're doing is, okay, cool, we're just firing you because that's all they're doing. They're not making any sense with these decisions.
I think the only thing that will make people start talking is if the new OC is like a proper heavy hitter. You know what I mean? Like that has a big reputation behind him.
Right.
But if it's just any guy coming out of college, of the college game, I don't know if it's going to inspire to win.
I think it's difficult for an OC coming in there because obviously you got the number one pick, the generational talent as they've described him. He's probably playing the worst out of the rookie quarterbacks that have been selected in the first round. You then go, okay, cool. We got good receivers. We've got this, we got that. But what's actually the problem? Is it actually the quarterback? So you sit there and you go to yourself,
I think he's all right though.
But this is the thing. I feel like personally, I feel like he has to take some culpability because I feel like he holds onto the ball for too long, and I feel like he's in the NFL now, and he has to understand that you don't have the time you had in college. You also play for the best team in college. You come to the worst team in the NFL. You get what I mean? Like the transparency.
That was kind of Justin Fields' problem as well when he was in Chicago.
This is the thing. It's stark. I understand that you want to run and you want to move around, but if you see a receiver throw the ball to a receiver, even in some cases, like he's missing throws, like he's missing wide open throws. So that's where I say Caleb takes some culpability. I say, look, the franchise is just run badly. But at the end of the day, the players are the ones on the team. You do make some decisions.
But I mean, like, given the way their offseason went, people thought like they didn't really have that stigma with the whole worst franchise, etc. Because they actually got good pieces to go to complement Caleb. And after this weekend's game, I just thought something had to change, whether it was the head coach or OC. Because don't get me wrong, like you said, Caleb definitely holds some accountability to his name in terms of like just how long he's holding onto the ball, the throws that he's missing. But his O-line is absolutely terrible.
Do you think they're terrible, Joe?
I don't think they're good in terms of like their overall. Don't get me wrong, he holds on to the ball. That one I completely agree. But there's times he literally has no time as well.
I get you, but I feel like they're holding, like, because you know how they say quarterbacks should have like 3 seconds, a 3-second clock in the head before they throw the ball.
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing their job because sometimes they're going 5, 6, 7, and then he's getting sacked. You get what I mean? The ball, they're doing their job. And they think the balls should be down the field, or he should be running, or something should happen, but he's still behind them. So that's why sometimes I think to myself, I know they're not doing the greatest of job, and I know they're not doing the worst. They're somewhere in the middle. Okay. But that's where I put the culpability on him. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
No. That's fair. That's fair. I won't say terrible, but I don't think they've been good at all. I think they're below average in general. Yeah. And it also translates into their run game because their run game hasn't been that good. And everyone thought DeAndre Swift would actually give them like a little bit of a boost, considering especially how he played with the Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles O-line is a different kettle of fish. But it showed their run game hasn't been good. Their pass game really hasn't been good. And there is times Caleb is just not seeing the field at all, or just again holding on. But it seems like there's not enough innovation in their play. Something's not right on the offensive end, and it's been like that kind of throughout the season. Besides like his couple game stretch, and now it's kind of trickling over into their defense, like in terms of the lack of concentration in certain things, and it kind of stemmed from the Commanders game, the Hail Mary, like. So it's just they've got very good players or like game changers, but yeah, like you could see last year Justin Fields was building a very good rapport with DJ Moore, and it hasn't showed this year. So and obviously Keenan Allen was out a couple games. He's come in. There hasn't really been much. But yeah, these are very good wide receivers. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just think something had to change. Whether it's the head coach, offensive coach, because you can't sack the players. And again, like Deji said, Caleb Williams is a rookie, so it's just he hasn't got a grace because all the other rookies have actually stepped up fairly well, which doesn't really happen in the NFL, where everyone coming in automatically always like is above average. Do you know what I mean? So. Yeah.
But one thing I will add to that is that Caleb has had more pressure than all the other QBs.
Easily.
But he also has had the best weapons to work with, I think.
And he's had the most expectation as well, because Jaden Daniels didn't have this kind of expectation.
What was Jaden Daniels number 2?
It was number 2. Yeah. But in terms of expectations, the gap wasn't like 1 to 2 draft picks.
Oh no!
Because the stage was supposedly set for Caleb, innit?
Yeah,
with the weapons and etc. But it wasn't for Jaden Daniels with what he was getting. But listen, you just do what you do with what you got, man.
Yeah.
No, it's true. But
that might be rookie of the season right there.
Oh, that's easy. Jaden Daniels, he's won that already.
Literally, I don't see Caleb or anyone else really.
Yeah, he's in the MVP discussion. So once a man's in the MVP discussion, you're definitely winning that.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah, rookie of the year. Yeah, you're winning that.
That's a formality now.
And then obviously one more thing before we move on to next. In fact, we can move on to next week's game because we can implement it within. So we'll move on to this weekend's game. Sorry, not next week's games. And obviously we'll just go. Got me pen and me paper. Doing a Jacob.
You two man, old school. You remember old school? You see how it worked for Jacob, yeah? You remember that, yeah?
Don't worry.
I just told him I'm going to get.
I kind of have no choice because my phone's used as a camera. Jacob had a choice.
I do, but I thought I'm going to mix and match each week. So this is my week for the pen and paper.
Cool. Thursday night game. The Commanders. This is a very good game, I believe. Well, I don't believe. Top 2 teams in the NFC East. The Commanders and the Eagles. This is for first place.
That's a very good. I think this week's going to be the most difficult for us,
There's a few good matchups like this week, like positional places, etc. But Thursday night game, Commanders at Eagles. Who we got?
I'm going Eagles. Eagles have actually been playing very well. They've found a rhythm, and I like the way Jalen Hurts is playing. I like the way Saquon Barkley's playing. I feel like the Commanders against the run, I saw them against the run against the Ravens. They weren't the best in stopping the run. You get what I mean? And I feel like
that's Lamar and Derrick Henry.
I know. Eagles have an element of a run game. You get what I mean?
And
Jalen Hurts has been playing well, so I'm going to go Eagles.
I don't think Hurts was that good last weekend though, but
he's winning.
He made big throws. He made big throws when he needed to. But there was a couple turnovers which weren't that good. Deji, you got?
I've gone the Eagles as well.
Cool. Last week I said I'm not going to bet against Jaden Daniels. I need to stop betting against him. And I felt the exact same way during the Commanders-Steelers game, even though the Steelers edged it. So this week I'm actually going to go for the Commanders.
There's no argument on my part for anyone that in these tight games. It's just going to be whoever wins it.
Yeah, that's going to be a real good game. I hope I stay up for that one. Is your match that night or?
No, Friday.
Okay, cool. I was about to say. Next game, Packers at Bears. We've just been talking about the Bears.
Packers.
Yeah.
Packers coming off a bye as well. So.
Yeah, that the new manager bounce in NFL ain't really doing the same thing it does in football.
That's an interstate rivalry right there, isn't it?
Chicago and Green Bay. You would know better than me. Chicago and Green Bay local.
I think they're in Illinois.
Chicago
and Green Bay local. I thought Green Bay was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Yes, I don't think it's far from each other.
Oh.
Now you got me doing extra.
American geography is not that bad, guys.
Yeah, all I know, it's one of the biggest rivalries in NFL history. That I do know. So
it's a 3 hour and 17-minute drive.
Yeah, they're close.
Yeah, in America, you're right.
In America, they're close.
208 miles away. Yeah, very close. They're local.
But cool. The Bears haven't really got new. They just got new OC, not new head coach bounce. We'll see.
Did their new OC get announced?
Oh well, no, sorry, they've not. They've sat their OC, I should say.
Yeah. No, not announced yet. But
I've got the Bears. I mean the Packers.
Yeah, Packers on my own too.
Packers.
Clean sweep. Cool. The Jags at the Lions.
Yeah,
Lions, man. Clean sweep.
Lions. Clean sweep. The Raiders coming off a bye at the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
I'll give it to the Dolphins.
Clean sweep. Especially like Jacob said earlier on the Dolphins, since to come back, there seems to be a bit more continuity. It was good to see Odell sighting as well. Get me?
Right.
Yeah, man, because he's beginning to be a forgotten man, you know.
Yeah. Instagram man, he's more than a football player right now.
Mate, it's crazy because my boys were asking me on the phone after he came up in conversation last week, and they were like, "Oh, is Odell still like the main star in the NFL?" I was like, "Bro, those days were over years ago." But like, that's what I'm saying to the average fan or to a non-NFL fan,
he's still the mainstay.
He's the name that they know. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was like, "Raw, it's mad that you don't have brought him up."
That's real influence, you know.
Yeah, no, it is. Dolphins clean sweep. The Rams at the Patriots. Obviously, the Patriots got a really good win at the Bears. They've got a solid defense.
Every time you bet against the Patriots, they win.
They're a weird team.
Not me.
I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I should go with the Rams. Yeah.
To be fair, I did have the Dolphins beating the Rams.
The Rams clean sweep still.
Yeah, I had the Dolphins beating the Rams, but I also stated the Rams are one of my favorite teams, even though they weren't good against the Dolphins. The Jameis Winston game, the Browns at the Saints.
Oh my God, this is a terrible game.
You can actually give this to the Saints, you know.
They had a massive win against the Falcons. Bro, Derek Carr and MVS were linking up like flipping, God knows.
That was a divisional game, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When it's time for it's time for Derek Carr to step up, so they don't draft someone. He's ready.
He always does enough for them.
Yeah. So they can't draft someone. He's ready. I'm going to go with Saints as well.
Yeah, Saints. Then you got.
Oh, Saints.
Oh, sorry.
That down time ago.
Another one of the big matchups of the weekend, which we briefly touched upon, the AFC North divisional game, Ravens at Steelers. Yeah, one of the biggest NFL rivalries.
Lamar Jackson.
Jacob's got the Ravens, haven't?
Yeah, I don't bet against the Ravens every week.
Yeah. There we go. Then who you got?
Steelers.
Same. The Steelers.
Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. You get the one time you guys bet against Lamar. You remember you usually only bet against Lamar when he's playing against your teams. This is odd.
No.
Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, remember we spoke about it last week. We said you've only voted against the Ravens when they played the Chiefs. You did. Everyone else.
Historically.
Yeah, we vote for the Ravens usually nearly every single week.
Yeah. Well, it feels like you've never picked against the Ravens.
Huh? Oh no, I don't. I don't think the Ravens should lose any game but their defense tells me otherwise. But their offense really tells me they shouldn't lose any games. I just trust in Lamar Jackson.
I mean, all I'm saying is that Ravens defense
today.
Yeah, that Ravens defense. And also Lamar Jackson's not great against the Steelers. He's 2-4 against the Steelers in his career. So
that is true. But I'm not even going for what history serves me anymore.
Huh?
I'm not even going for what history serves me much anymore. Do you know why? Because
but you mentioned it with Lamar Jackson against the Bengals.
No, but that's just that. Do you see what I'm seeing? 10 and when you've won 9 games, that's not even history. That's just you can't beat someone.
Who's won 9?
It's like when Lamar's 9-1 against the Bengals.
Oh no, he's 6-1. I think the Ravens are 9-1 since he's been there or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, so the Ravens are 9-1.
I mean, I hear you, but AFC North, like you mentioned earlier, they all tend to beat each other up. And like I said, the Steelers seem to have something on Lamar. And like they said, Mr. Unlimited's playing unlimited. And they're actually an all-round team. Ravens secondary, I do not trust.
Form, man.
Jamar Chase absolutely cooked them up. Oh my gosh.
But the Steelers don't have a Jamar Chase, and their quarterback is not Joe Burrow. But the secondary is still rubbish. The secondary is still rubbish. I agree.
But like you said, you said it. Russell Wilson can throw the ball up there, and who's going to get it? George Pickens. And Mike Williams. Remember I mentioned about Mike Williams, and he scored the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, nice touch. Yeah.
The Jets traded him last week to the Steelers, and he scored the game-winning touchdown. So, boy, I'm going with I said Steelers anyway.
We'll see. Sunday's gonna be a good day.
No, it will be. It will be one of the early games as well. Vikings at Titans.
I would. This is usually an easy pick, but I just see Sam Darnold throwing interceptions like there's no tomorrow anymore. So I'm just sitting there. Like, what the hell's going on? But I'm going to go for the
Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. Deji, I'm with you.
I'm with you guys as well.
It don't matter what they're doing.
That's the thing. The Titans actually have a good defense, but they just don't score enough, and they're always keeping them on the field. So
yeah,
there's only so much they can do. The Colts at the Jets.
What kind of this is a shut your eyes and pick it.
Yeah, this is a tough game to pick.
OUT spells out.
Yeah. Man said the Jets and the Colts.
I feel like Rodgers is checked out.
I feel like the whole Jets organization is checked out.
I mean, were they ever checked in?
Colts, man.
That's the question. They weren't.
Man. I'm going with the Colts.
Same.
I'm going with the Jets because you know what? I feel like they just want to upset people at this point. You know when you're out of everything, you just want to start. I know the Colts are out of everything too, but you just want to.
The Colts are what 4-6. If they win, they go 5-6. That last divisional game in the divisional team or what playoff team, is still up for grabs in the AFC. So
yeah, it's
for the Colts. It means more in that sense, even though one game record. Falcons at Broncos. This is a bit tough. Well, for me, it was anyway.
Well, the Broncos had played a good game, but it was a divisional game. Divisional games, they played very well.
I'll give it Falcons.
And the Falcons just lost this weekend. And the Broncos have... The Broncos pass rush, they showed it against the Chiefs. They've got one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. They pressured Mahomes to hell. And they can do the same on the Falcons.
My only thing with that is I watched them against the Ravens. That was what was confusing. The Ravens kind of dealt with them all ends up.
Yeah, but Ravens O-line had the game of their life. But see, like the Broncos this season, because that's why I think I was partly obviously I was out on limbs that week as well, and just saying how good the Broncos defense has been this whole season, and like the Ravens are the only one that result for the Broncos is their anomaly this season, if that makes sense. Not to say it is for the Ravens, but for the Broncos, for their defense, and their defense has showed up. And if pressure gets to Kirk Cousins, it's long.
That is true. But do you know what? I'm giving it to the Falcons. I don't know why, but I like their organization. I like their team. I like the head coach. I like everything about them.
I hear it. I'm giving it to the Broncos. I want to give it to the Falcons because I like them more, but
you got a leaderboard. You got a leaderboard to get on. It's not about liking teams more anymore, is it?
No, it's just from what I've seen. Honestly, I just think they're going to pressure Kirk Cousins so much that it's going to be like a deer in headlights kind of show. Pat Surtain can match up against their wide receivers. It's arguably the best corner. Seahawks at 49ers, divisional game. The Seahawks are coming off a bye week as well.
Bye week.
And the 49ers have not been great.
Even with their players back, they didn't look good.
Purdy was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic. And they only stole just about one.
Is DK fit?
That is a good question. Let me just type in his name.
Because if he's not fit, I think I'm going 49ers anyway because I feel like the game will be close, but I want to know.
So
if he's
DK is expected to practice tomorrow, I believe.
That doesn't.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers anyway.
That division is just a madness.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like again they're all on like 4 or 5 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check. So Cardinals are 6 and 4, 49ers are 5 and 4, Rams and Seahawks are both 4 and 5.
See,
it's a madness.
You just, as again, it's shutting your eyes and picking again, isn't it?
I hear it. You both.
It's like that whole division wanted to sing "We're all in this together," the High School Musical.
This one, you both went 49ers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the sake of the leaderboard, I'm going 49ers. This one, I'll actually admit. If we all win, we all win. If we all lose, we all lose.
Bro,
okay,
leaving chairs on the Titanic.
Then said Jacob come up with something. I got to do something too. He said, "I'm leaving here with something."
Listen, we're all in this together, man. You know that dance where they have to clap their hand as well.
No, I hear it. All right, and arguably the biggest game of the weekend. We both got our respective uniforms on. The back-to-back defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, at the Buffalo Bills, which is a massive game for the 1 seed in the AFC in general. Because if the Chiefs win, they arguably lock it up. If the Bills win, it's a head-to-head for the rest of the season between the two teams. So, and the Bills' defense
will still be a game ahead, though, isn't it?
Huh?
You guys will still be a game ahead, even if we win.
Yeah, we'll have one loss and you have 2.
And I believe the Chiefs have played 1 less game. Or have the Bills had a bye week? Yeah, no, they haven't. Yeah. So the Bills are currently 8-2 and the Chiefs are 9-0. So it could be a 9-2 to 9-1 or 8-3 to 10-0.
Yeah, but you see, with this year, we're good against you guys in the regular season, innit? But I'm just happy with my Bills so far that we win, we win. If we lose, man. Like 8-2 right now is an incredible achievement for us. So let's just keep rolling, man.
Still have not beat a team with a winning record.
Jacob said,
like I said, bro, you can only
10 games.
You can only beat what's in front of us.
Deji's reply.
You can only beat what's in front of you.
There we go.
But 10 games, you have not beat a good team. You lose to anyone with a winning record. So anyone that's good.
And whose problem is that?
No, it's not yours. The NFL draw up the schedules, and you play the games.
You got to chat to Goodell, my bro.
Do I think the Bills will beat the Chiefs? Something's telling me yes, just because they play them well, and the Chiefs have been very much teetering on the line every week. Every week, it's just getting closer and closer to a loss. So, why?
Actually, no. I was gonna do.
I think I'm going to go different this week. I'm going to go Bills. I'm going to go for the Bills to probably win the game.
I mean, to me, it's not different.
That is different. I'm going to go for the Bills to win the game because I don't know. I really don't know about what the Chiefs are putting up. The offense is really scaring me right now. In terms of I'm not seeing what I want to see. And granted, you guys are winning games, so it don't matter. But the offense
I agree.
So the offense ain't really showing me what I want to see. The defense is elite, number 1, like the best in the NFL. Prove that every single week. But I feel like the Bills put up points, and the Chiefs haven't shown me enough this season to prove that they can put up points with a team that's going to put up points.
Do you know my only problem with I can't even put it as a downer, but my only inverted commas problem with our defense is we don't get enough takeaways. And I said this last season as well. Our defense was really good last season, but we don't create takeaways enough. The Bills, the Colts scored the scoreline's drastic because they had short field a lot of the time. The Bills defense make plays, and it wasn't predicted to be as good because they lost some key players. But you got to give it to what's head coach Sean McDermott. Is it Sean McDermott?
Yeah.
He calls a very good defense. Like the defense make plays for the Bills. That's why I've kept I'm like, oh, they're a sneaky team that they're just going about. They're not a sneaky team. Obviously, they've got Josh Allen, but they weren't expected to do as good as they're doing. Huh?
We have a problem defending the run game. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but we're not a great run team. We're just an efficient run team. We just run for the check, bro.
You be efficient. That's enough.
Now, our run game is just to get 3-4 yards. Like it's just a play after play. Our run game isn't for big plays. So
it's a setup like a 2nd and 5, a setup of 3rd and 2.
Especially with Pacheco not there. Like it's not a big play. It's just all right, let's give Mahomes a slight breather or just for him to get less yards, etc. But obviously I've got to go the Chiefs. I can't bet against them. We're still unbeaten. Only God knows how. But again, that's the one good thing about the Chiefs that stemmed from it, trickled into last season, that is showing fully this season. They're completely unreliant on Mahomes now, only in key moments, which I want them to be. Well, I want him to be great again at his height, but the whole team, because I was listening to Dan Orlovsky, the blocked field goal, he was like, it's not a fluke. And then he put up some analysis on Twitter yesterday, and he said that same tackle or whoever that Leo Chanel went over, him and George Karlaftis, they done it 3 times to him in the game. So the very first time they left him, they tricked him, and they both didn't do it on the field goal. And they kicked the field goal clear. Then the next 2 times they actually got through him. So they were saying the Chiefs targeted him specifically. And again, it just goes to show the team is locked in, the coaching staff is locked in, everyone is locked in. So Chiefs.
I agree. Look, you're unbeaten for a reason. You're not unbeaten by fluke. You're unbeaten for a reason.
It's mad, but they also get.
I feel like the unbeaten. I just don't feel like you're gonna go unbeaten, and the losses will start to come where the discrepancies on the offensive side will show up.
Yeah, no. To me, I've always said this is the game that I kind of saw us losing in the season. I said the Broncos is a trap game, and this is the game we'll probably lose as well. The Bills game, but we're still unbeaten. So the Chiefs it is. The Chiefs it is. Where are we?
Did you go on Bills? I know you're a fan, but you still going for your team.
I'm going Bills, man. I'm going Bills.
Oh, he didn't pick, did he?
Yeah, I'm just making sure. You never know. You never know, man.
He was going like this for time. It's true. I didn't know if he was saying whether they stink or not. Flipping Sunday night game, the Bengals at the Chargers. This is a massive game for the Bengals. Would you say their season's done? Because we said last week if they didn't win, it was done.
I say the season's done if they lose this week because
if they lose this one, they're finished.
Yeah, if they lose this week, they're actually fully done.
And then you say they're in the red.
In the reds.
Yeah.
They're in the red if they don't win.
Bengals. I say Bengals got
that Joe Burrow took down the drain.
This game's at SoFi as well. Not that it matters, but the Bengals away record's been better.
I just know the Bengals are going to tear up. On offense, I know what they're going to do. Their defense, I just don't know what they're going to do. They have one game when they're all right. They have a quarter when they're good. They have 3 quarters when they're good. And then everything falls down to the ground and they can't stop anyone anymore. So it's like what defense is showing up. And if the defense that showed up in the second half against the Ravens shows up, the Chargers are going to win. If defense that shows up in the first half shows up for the whole game, the Bengals should win. But what their problem is, they have good days. The defense will have a good day and the offense will be off. So they need to marry the two together for the next however many games they've got left because they can't be making any more mistakes. Saying all this, I've got the Chargers to win the game.
You convinced me for the Bengals because I got the Bengals now. I got the Bengals, bro.
I got the Bengals as well.
Yeah, I just got the Chargers to win the game. Just can't trust them.
Nah, to be fair, everything you said, I agree on like all fronts. I just think the Bengals, they should be absolutely fuming. They lost the game against the Ravens because they were in absolute complete control. And just that turnover from, is it Chase Brown, the running back, completely flipped the script. And then obviously them not getting, people don't want to talk about it, but them not getting the non-hold calls, 2 on the 2-point conversion, lost them the game. So the Bengals should be fuming with how they gave up the game more than the actual 2-point conversion. That's my thinking.
Yes, because you were up 21-7 in the third quarter.
They were.
In
complete control. The Ravens just didn't look like they knew what to do on offense.
No, you gave them opportunity, and look what happened.
Yeah, Lamar just went to another level. Absolute killer. And the Monday night game, the Battle of Dallas, which the Cowboys, I was listening to something. They've still got like 4 more primetime games, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're suffering. But yeah, the Texans are visiting the Cowboys.
Well, the Cowboys are done, man. The Cowboys need to. The Cowboys need to rebuild from somewhere. You know what they need to rebuild from? Jerry Jones. He needs to sack himself as a GM. That's what he needs to do.
Maybe they need Aaron Rodgers.
If Aaron Rodgers tells Jerry Jones about ayahuasca, he'll absolutely lose his mind.
You'll go insane.
Them who didn't have enough money for Derrick Henry are gonna now have enough money for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
forget about it. That man
Derrick Henry that even lived in Texas. Anyway.
Yeah.
The Texans, even though they're struggling a bit, definitely got the Texans. Their offense should still be in. I reckon Nico Collins should be back this game as well. But yeah, Cowboys, and obviously Micah's statement to the reporter, which was blown out of context, but now at the same time he didn't make his head coach look good. Everything. Again, it all just stems from the owner, Jerry Jones. The players can do what they want because the owner allows them to do what they want. And when there's no discipline, not to say what Micah said was wrong, but those kind of similar traits have happened throughout the last couple of years within their team in general. He basically said that the reporter asked him about, I think, the head coach, and his very first answer was, that's above my pay grade, which was correct. And then he starts bigging up Zach Martin, like one of the older players in the team, which was completely fine. But he's like paraphrasing. He was like, "Oh yeah, right. Mike McCarthy's not on my mind. It's all about people like Zach Martin, the ones that have been here for long. They've got more of a career than Mike McCarthy." Paraphrasing again, but along those lines, and just got criticized a lot on Get Up, and then yesterday on his podcast he went back at those on Get Up because I think he tweeted the day before, he said, I'll address it all on my podcast. Podcast for athletes.
Good marketing.
100%. Fantastic marketing. Fantastic. It's funny though, I was watching First Things First yesterday, and obviously Kevin Wildes, his history has been like working in the media and knowing who's in the background and a lot of media spaces, etc. And he was saying the problem he's got with Micah's thing is like he doesn't know who Micah's team is. And he said everyone that has a podcast, he actually knows their team. And I was like, for someone like Kevin Wildes to say that, like someone should kind of take that in if you're in that space, because he actually knows people. And he's saying just get 1 or 2 people on board that can help direct like your show, etc. Because Mike is a big name. If he gets a little bit of direction, it will probably elevate his thing even more. But
yeah, he's already signed to Bleacher Report. It's on Bleacher Report. You get what I mean? His podcast, he's got a big podcast. But you're right in saying like he's still young. He's 25. I'd say he's young. He's 2 years younger than me. But
he's still on the rookie deal as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's still learning. But you know, I say, look, get someone that knows the game, has been in the game, and has been around athletes and understands what's going on to kind of guide you in the right direction or cover up for your mistakes that you make. Someone to kind of put the end to the fire. You get what I mean? Just, simmer it down and, blow it under the rug.
Just in general with the Cowboys, it seems like they've got again, stemming from the owner, like a big leadership problem. And if Dak's not there to somewhat paper over the cracks as their leader, now he's injured. He doesn't have to, for instance, be the one that's at the podium taking the questions, etc. Whether he's right or wrong, Dak's good at taking heat to cover for everyone else. he's out for the season now. So others are. Mike is naturally the leader because he's their best player, but not to say he's a great leader as well. So, yeah, the Cowboys, they're just a big mess. They're a big mess.
Big
and
mess.
it stemmed from the owner not paying the guys early in the summer, which then meant you couldn't get Derrick Henry and maybe one or two other people. Yeah. Imagine you had Derrick Henry to fall on, even if you ain't got no quarterback. We saw what he done with the Titans.
Exactly.
We'll just take snaps himself, man.
That as well.
They need it right now. They need it right now. They need everything they can get.
Mate, I think Cooper Rush had 46 yards or something.
45.
Mate, fucking Russell Wilson throws that on one moon ball.
45 yards for the game, and Jerry Jones was trying to convince everyone that he's the savior. We're going to be good under him. Sorry, we're not listening to you anymore, Jerry.
Well, we wasn't anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. But the Cowboy fans need to stop.
Yeah. But, well, yes. Hopefully the notebook brings me luck.
Yep.
I'm going to go 14-0. I predict it. And I'm putting money on it as well. Sorry, what's that? Is there a bad smell there? I'm gonna call your missus right now and say you stink. Do you know what I mean?
14-0. Stinks, bro.
Oh shit. But yeah, Jacob, you have a fantastic rest of the international camp. Obviously, go do your thing for your country. You get me? You're on US time, so you can really appreciate the games over the whole week. Actually, the whole week.
Goals for this international break, mate.
Yeah, hopefully.
None of your games scheduled the same time as the NFL games, do they?
No, we play on Monday. Well, Monday's one might clash, but it probably won't because I think I'm playing early Monday. So I'll be back to watch the Monday Night Football.
Fair.
So, and then obviously training might clash, but yeah, it won't be long. Do you get me? Because it'll always be before game days. So yeah.
Fair. All right. Well, as Deji likes to say,
listen, you tell a friend to tell a friend.
Get me and Jacob.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Not hopefully, you will enjoy this episode. You get me of our NFL talk. And let's go, Chiefs. Let's go, Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom, baby.
Thanks.
Let's go, baby.
It was my yo.
Triple threat, baby.
Big up the Carolina Panthers. We're winning games.
I big up the Panthers. Bryce Young, back to back. Bryce Young, back to back winning games for the first time in his NFL career. I was buzzing.
Yeah, I've had something to celebrate.
And that game was in Germany as well. Come on.
Yep. Big us up.
Come on. All right, cool. Well, yeah, Joe MBT, I'm signing out.
Dej signing out.
Jacob signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.
That's what we like.